Hi everybody, Sunday, November 11th, 2018. This is another part in a series of how to handle logs for the sawmill. And on mine, I built this shed around the sawmill. It is portable. I can just raise all the jacks up and hook onto it and take off. I've actually got two saw heads. The one was the second one I built. Both of them function, just one has a bigger engine. That's the only difference on the two of them. Both of them run fantastic. That one there, the motor is a Harbor freight motor, 11 horsepower. This one here is a Honda, 20 horsepower. I can't tell there's a little bit of difference, but not a super amount of difference. But that Harbor freight, believe it or not, probably has around 700 hours on it and still runs fantastic. Did I get lucky with a Harbor freight motor? Not sure. But either way, ultimately I built this ramp, and what I can do is load it up with logs when the weather ground conditions are proper, and then I can just roll them onto the sawmill. And essentially what I do is I set up a couple stops there that are removable, so when you're making your last couple cuts, you remove these, so you got about 3/4 of an inch is your final board that you can make on thickness. Also, for handling, built a crane, and literally this is a maple beam. Don't let them couple of cracks scare you. It's a solid hard maple, sugar maple beam that spans across there. It has steel angles for those custom made rollers to roll across. All those brackets I made at my shop. Put the chain fall come along on there. It's a 1 ton. And I do trust it. I have trusted it. Up there, when I built the shed, I incorporated big ash beams. It's a real shame because due to the ash borer, we're losing all our ash trees. But those were a couple big ash beams, there again with steel angles, put up onto the top for the rollers. You could get a custom fab shop to do that. But once you make the initial cut and you go to rotate it, you can use the come along and use what they call a choke style strap, where you actually just use the strap and choke it over on the side and let that do all the work. I'm not doing any heavy lifting when I'm cutting. I put that big 24-inch diameter hickory that I'm going to put in here, or a 30-inch diameter oak log. I am not doing any lifting at all. Let this stuff do the work for you. When you go to roll them, you come over here, and this is probably one of the biggest tools, important tools for handling logs. This is called a cant hook. And this cant hook is basically like a lever. You just take this edge and put it in, and when that goes in there, then you just put pressure. The other end here has a little hook, and you just put that on there, put your hand up, and you can almost effortlessly roll that log and roll it, and it will go wherever you want it. So if you're going to have a sawmill, a cant hook is an absolute must. You don't need a big fancy ramp. If you build a shed, you can do it. And if not, don't worry about it. This one here, these two levers go down, and then they just flip back up out of the way. Just simply put them down, and then just take. Now this one's a small. This is a black locust, and you just take it, and at that point, just roll. And once you get it to roll right onto the sawmill, and now at that point, if you need to shift it one way or the other, use that chain come along. Use that chain fall. Hook on and flip it, move it. I can pick it up and I can move that. That whole beam moves from front to back and from side to side. And so I can pick it up and I can shift that log down towards me, towards the other end, get it onto this other stabilizer bar a little better. whatever. You don't need to do any heavy lifting. Let this equipment think smart, work smart. Don't work hard, work smart. Thanks for watching.